Alright guys, welcome back. We got another Carina's 7 for 7 path here. We're doing 7.2.5. I'm going with the Venom Pool path. This one, you just want to load up your 7-star villains. And if you have a villain, you get superiority. It's the only way to gain power is you need a villain. And here, it just, you want to go ahead and knock them down in order to put the taunt on, because they're going to go special 1, special 2, special 3, and you don't want to get stuck eating special 3s. So here, what the node is made for you to go ahead, go for a knockdown, throw that taunt on, and let them throw specials. The only champion that you have to look out for is there is a Dormammu, and when I did this on my other account, I had a Titania, which was really good for Dormammu because she has no buffs. One second, we're going to see a really nice special 2 here from Morbius. He's pretty awesome. But Venom did really well on this path as well, and I think it was really Morbius for me. Morbius and Venom for me really took the cake on this one. But I pulled, if you saw some of my recent streams, we pulled a Mr. Negative. And Mr. Negative has that like degen immunity or like degen resistance. So when he takes that degen against Dormammu, it's barely anything. And he worked extremely well as a villain for this path to take down Dormammu. So if you don't have someone for that, that could be a very tricky spot for this path. But for the rest of it, I thought it was pretty easy if you had a handful of villains to work with. Again, as always, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to fast forward through the rest of the path. If you want to take a look at each individual fight, I'm going to put it in full speed so you can see everything here. And then I'm going to meet you up again for the boss and walk you through why some of these champions are excellent for the Platinum Pool boss as well. Bye. Also, want to point out that Venom was really good for Killmonger because you could armor break him, so that was key. Also, make sure you always do not pick anyone from the champion selector. Always skip it or it won't work. And here, you need someone who is going to put on lots of buffs. The main node is Smorgasbord. Sorry, I didn't put the nodes there. But the main one is he is going to get a, you need to put that pink timer on the top left of Platinum Pool. You need to get he's going to shrug off the debuffs that you put on him. So you can see I'm trying to put these bleeds and they are all turning into charges. As long as there are more than 10 when that timer expires, then he's going to take a whole bunch of degen. And as long as you can do that a few times, you will get through it. And the other thing to focus on in this fight is if you look at the top left by Morbius, there's that M, and it's going to switch between M and L, which is medium and light. So if it's medium, then I want to finish my combo with a light ender. And if it's an L, then I want to finish my next combo with a medium ender. Each one is going to give me a passive fury, which means if I can keep up that rotation, I'm going to continue to hit harder as the fight goes on. And if you pick someone like Venom or Morbius, or I actually had brought in my Cap Infinity War with the right, potential awakened synergies, not synergies, but if he's with like a tech or a science, when he parries, he has a chance to put on particular debuffs. But here, as long as you put someone who has a lot of buffs, puts on a lot of debuffs, like I'm pretty sure I used, trying to think who I used on the other account, but anyone who puts on a whole bunch of debuffs. Oh, I used also Bloodstone, puts on a ton of debuffs. So if you use anyone that has a ton of debuffs, then you're going to be able to walk through this Platinum Pool. You can see there, it ended, and now he's taking 5,000 per tick degen, and that's just great. So we'll just keep up the rotating our combo. Because I can't put debuffs on, I can't actually get a huge chunk of damage from my special 2, but even there, because I'd built up to a whole bunch of those passive furies, I did get like a 20k crit on the special 2, and even though he does get his regen, if you keep up those debuffs, you can see it's going to expire again shortly, and he's going to melt away with that degen. The problem is that if you don't get those debuffs on and it expires, you are going to take the degen, and you don't want that. That's going to be very annoying. So debuff villains, and then for the path, and debuff heavy champ for the boss. So make sure you got someone there, because you can't switch them out. You got to go with what you have here, and that is basically another path down in the Carina's trial 7 for 7. Hopefully that helped you out, and we'll see you in the next one, guys. Bye bye.